Hi, this is Peter That's Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing your astrology reading here for Taurus for 2019. So not August, Taurus, October 2019. Okay, right. So what I'm picking up now for you Taurians is now you're quite stubborn, and I do know this. My little girl, she's a Taurian, and my goodness, is she's stubborn. But you have got this positive energy and people do draw around you, so it's like you can be the light of certain things. So it's like you've got this kind of vibe around you and people do like connecting with you, even though you can be set in your ways. It's like people do love you, which I feel as though that's the emphasis now, love. Love isn't just about relationships being love and a loving relationship and nice positive chemistry. It is also about sort of loving yourself and loving the people around you. And if you're not feeling that you're getting that kind of balance, then maybe you need to have a bit of a clear out now, as sort of say, do you know what? There are certain people around me where, I'm not feeling it. I'm not getting that positive vibe with them, or we just don't quite connect and gel. Why have I got them on my? Why have I still got them in my phone book? Why have I still got them on my smartphone? Why am I still sort of turning up to parties with them when I don't vibe with them? So in other words, you've got to be careful. Sort of being around the wrong people just affects you a little bit. And also it's taking that little bit more of a connection way that you could be giving somebody else, where you do bounce off each other. And even though I say it like that, bouncing off each other, it doesn't mean like as if to say they've got to be giving you, because sometimes you're just happy to make sure that they are okay and they are liking you. You're not sort of worrying what it's doing to you. But although I say that isn't quite true, because if they're happy and they're quite settled and they're drawing to your personality and company, it does lift you up naturally. So I just feel as though don't worry too much about it, but you have got to be connecting with the right people around you. So when it comes to relationships, your love life, you need to make sure now that you are really in kind of balance with each other, because it feels if you don't, and they do need to sort of put up with your little ways as well, your little stubbornness. So they need a bit of a strong personality, not sort of like to overpower you, but just say, oh, he's or she's just in the mood today, or she's got one on and like, I'll just brush it off. I'll go to work and she'll be in a better mood when I come back home, or he will. And that's the way to kind of look at it. You need that person who knows you and gets you and can just brush it off as if to say it's just one of those days with you. Or they don't sort of worry about it too much, because they do like that strength with you, because that's what attracted them to you. So you need to make sure you've got that. And if you haven't got it, or they don't feel like they can cope with you, then what are you doing there? What are you doing there? So in other words, you've got to be really in balance with each other. Not balance like as if to say you're the same, because you won't be the same, but balance where they know you, they get you, and it's just water off a duck's back, so to speak. And that's what it needs to be like. So in other words, it's like you're there, you've had your moment, you go out the house, 2 minutes later, it's like you're kissing and making up, so to speak, and it's good. And that's what the connection is you need. So make sure you've got that. And if you've got it, great. Just try and be sort of understanding to your partner if they're the Taurian, or if you are the Taurian, try and sort of think about your partner a little bit more, what they do for you. You might not think they don't do anything for you. They do. They put up with a lot of your little niggly ways. And it takes a true person to do that, to put up with the crap that we give them. And that's what a true partner is all about. And if we can't, which is understandable, not everybody can do it, then like I say, what are you doing about it? So that's the way to look at that. I just get the feeling with family, sometimes I feel as though family might want to feel like they want to change it, but I just feel as though don't. I just feel as though sometimes when people want to change us, we need to stay away from them. But you can't stay away from family. They just got to kind of deal with you and connect with you as best as they can. And then from you just need to spend as whatever time you can around them, but then give yourself some space if you feel as though it just doesn't work. So some family will be very understanding, some where you will have your moments a little bit, and when it's a bit like that, you just need to give yourself that space, if you know what I mean. Okay. And children, I'm just being drawn to one particular child where it just feels they'll be very stubborn, very set in the ways, and really they're a bit of a chip off the old block, to be honest. So you can't sort of moan at them. But I do get the feeling as they grow and change, they'll have this personality for a reason, and I feel like they're going to do quite well in their careers, and they're going to go down a solo path. So in other words, they're going to be sort of management, the boss, and they can be the one that's making everything sure is done, so they can be secluded. I can see them in like a cubicle office where it just feels though they're on their own, but they're managing and running and getting things done. Okay, but a very sort of few of them will end up being self-employed. So they'll be fine. And then I seem to be drawn to another child where I just feel so quite caring, quite sensitive, and I just feel so that's lovely. And I feel like sometimes you just need to give them a little bit more understanding, because they are not like you. They cannot just brush things off. Very loving, very caring child. And then I feel like they will go into the caring profession in the not too distant future. So just wait and see. Okay, work again with yourselves. I feel like sort of yourselves, I feel as though you've got this strong personality, so you either need a job that sort of challenges you a little bit, or where you can work under your own and your own self-esteem, or doing something for yourself, self-employment. And I think any along one of those two or three, as long as that fits in certain professions, then I feel that would do you really good. But I do get the feeling work's going to start settling down. There's going to start to be a bit more normality and a bit of a calming down period. And I feel like you shouldn't be worrying too much now. So start to look to the future now with a bit of optimism, a bit of enthusiasm, and you should be okay. Money's all right, but you've got to be careful. You Taurians, you do like to spend the money. So just calm it down, look after what you've got, be wise with it, and money will always be there. But if you burn it out at the other end and you keep spending and spending and spending because you're not quite doing the things I've said previously correctly, then you're going to be spending for an upliftment. But the upliftment will be short-lived, because when that money's gone, you're going to be feeling fed up and a bit depressive. So you've got to get money under control. Some of you are good with money, some of you are absolutely shocking. So, but the ones that are shocking is because you're not running your life right, or it isn't quite in balance. So you need to get that money sorted. Okay, health-wise, I just keep feeling sort of, keep an eye on sort of headaches or migraines. Keep an eye on sort of tiredness, and maybe one or two of you may be drinking a little bit too much. So just watch that. And try and focus more on your diet than anything. And I'm not really talking about dieting as such, but just eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly. And then as you do that, you'll be absolutely fine. So don't worry too much. And around the home, I just feel that there's going to be some changes. You're going to be tidying up the home, perhaps some new furniture coming in ready for Christmas. And then some of you are going to be focusing on a home move. But I just feel so overall, home is going to be fine. So really, things are looking okay, just a little bit of tidying up in certain areas of your life. So I hope all that's made sense. I wish you all the best. And if you do want a private reading with me, you know where I am. So thank you very much for listening, and please do tune in to your next video. Thank you.